I thought I better get this video going. It's 9:15 in the morning. I believe it's going to be increasingly windier. So I just wanted to show. It always happens. Every time I start a video, a noisy car goes by. I just wanted to show this heavenly bamboo. It loves this space. It is thriving there. It's so green and pretty right now. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to get a video made before the wind really picks up, because it's going to. We need to pinch back our petunias. You can see the neighbor's yard has lots of desert flowers. I need to cut back that heather too. So, and I need to do some weeding, and I've got some plants that go out into these middle beds too. And then these are coming up. They're gonna be like tree lilies. These purple things here. Now, I didn't realize they were going to be tree lilies when I planted them here. I did not order these. They came accidentally, and they were huge bulbs, so I should have known better. And I stuck them in the ground here because I didn't know what else to do with them. And then after I read more about them, and I thought, oh, I should probably move those. But I put it off and I didn't. And so there's 3 of them. And I'm just gonna let them grow there. I'm gonna weed all of this, and then we'll see how they survive. And then I'll move them maybe in the fall. These are desert flowers, wildflowers. Pretty, huh? Okay, so lots going on. It's 9:15 in the morning. It's about 63 degrees. We're expecting temperatures in the 70s this week. We've got 2 days of wind, and then it gets nice. And by Saturday we go up to the 80s. My elephant ears are peeking out, wanting to listen. I want to show this. I think this is so pretty. I just think that's gorgeous. And the petunias are volunteer. The petunias back there are volunteer. So at the plant sale we did awesome. I can't believe, I don't know what kind of money we made, but we had a ton of people. We really sold a lot of product. I sold all of my plants that I took. Probably could have taken more. Wanted to. In fact, I had some designated to go, but I ran out of space to haul them. These, I'm showing this bed because I wanted to put something between the Italian cypress. I don't think it's going to be these permanently. These are butterfly lilies, but I needed to get them. I bought these at the plant sale, and I didn't want them. I just bought them rooted in a plastic bag, so I needed to get them popped into the ground, so I just did it. These are evergreen grasses, so it will stay green year round. They will get big. They get the little iris on them that looks like a butterfly. I think they're white, and they probably will only stay here a year or so, and then I'll move them. I really want to put them up on the hill, but we have somebody coming this week to see about doing the watering system up there, and I don't know how long it's going to take to get that put in, and I just have to go. I have no choice. The rest of the ones that I bought, I put in pots here. And I'm going to try to keep them alive. So that's what I did yesterday. I also planted some tomatoes yesterday. So my stash of plants has gone down tremendously. I brought some more from inside, so I couldn't even take these to the plant sale because they hadn't been hardened off. But I have them out here this morning getting some morning sun. Then I'll pop them over. I have a little greenhouse set up over there. I'm not using the plastic on it anymore because it's not cold enough. It only gets down into the 40s at night. But I do turn on some grow lights. So I try to keep the light on these things somewhat controlled. The days that I've been busy with the plant sale, I didn't have these in the sun in a month, as long as they should be, and now the petunias are stretching. So I'll have to pinch those back right away. The tomatillos, I didn't even want those. I wanted to send all of those to the plant sale, but I still have them. They're the ones with the little yellow flowers on them. This is what I have left of tomatoes to plant. This, and actually there's some more somewhere. Oh, over here. And then the rest is pretty much going to be, I have some Nagasaki eggplants, and then the rest is all floral. So I did not get these taken apart, but I've gotten lots of work done, so I'm not going to worry that I haven't done anything to the towers. The snapdragons are still looking really pretty. I need to figure out how to maintain these. I think I need to cut some and take them in the house, and they probably produce even more. So I probably need to do that. The gazanias are coming in nicely. They're really filling in this bed. And then I noticed that my Mesu has the little purple flowers on it. I didn't know it was gonna go over on the sidewalk, but the little dainty Mesu there. So I'm gonna clean up this bed when I get a chance. I gotta take out, deadhead the grape hyacinth. And I see I have another couple of volunteer petunias in there I need to get out of there. And then on the back here, I planted a baby gazania. It's a clear orange. All three of these are clear orange. That's a gazania that's clear orange, and so is that one. And then that little grassy tuft back there is armeria. Those are what was left over from when I had them planted down here in this ring. So I just scooped them up. And then we got our lemon tree planted, and the petunias put in there. And I also went and got some alyssum out of the rocks, and they're even perky. So I put a couple of alyssum in there for petunias and the Meyer lemon tree. I planted one of these butterfly iris in the center here because, like I say, it'll give winter color to this bed because the cannas die back. So if I can get that to go in there, that'd be great. It looks like my red lantana's got some green growth on it, but this one doesn't look too promising. And that's the problem with red lantanas, is they're kind of finicky where we live. So I want to take this purple lantana and move it up to the hill, to our backyard, but I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Petunias are blooming nicely there. I got that root ball stuck down deeper in there for that heavenly bamboo, so maybe it won't look like a dead plant that much longer, but who knows. The one thing, you can see that these are yellow zucchini that I got at Lowe's quite a few weeks ago, and it got cold, so they are probably a little stunted. My cucumbers basically died out here, and then these were all my starters from inside. So I've got some black coral zucchini, some Fort Hook. This is a big blue Hubbard, and the only reason I put it in there, I'm not sure we're even blue Hubbard eaters, but I put it in there because it's supposed to attract the squash bugs away from these other ones. So if that's the one that gets attacked, I'd be fine with it. But I probably should have put it in a separate bed. I didn't think about that. You probably don't want your pest trap right next to all your other goodies. Yeah, that probably wasn't a good move. There's a lemon squash there. There's a... Oh, those are rampicantes. They actually look like a horn. The squash does. Both of those back there are rampicantes. And then this is my lemon squash in the center. There's another one of the butterfly irises that I planted because, like I say, I have cannas in the middle there, and they look pretty in the summer, but I have nothing in those beds in the winter except the petunias if they make it. So I think that'll be pretty to have that. Now they are root crazy, so they may have to come out of these before long, because they do have a lot of roots to them. So I planted one here as well, just so that there was something to kind of balance out. I had a bunch of bulbs that I planted in here, but this end of the container doesn't look like it's getting as much to pop up. I think I've got some, I believe, some petunias coming up in here too, and I will leave these alone in here. And then most of these are irises as well, and I forget what kind they are. I should figure that out. And then I sprinkled a bunch of seeds in here, so I will. So the one thing we haven't been able to work on is my Pallet Walkway. We're getting there. What I have to do now is finish off the end of this somehow, and I'm not sure exactly how to make that end look, because I want it to then come over into these rocks, and I need almost like a wedge there, and I don't know how to cut that yet. But I have a lot of work still to do, because even though I placed the boards, they're a little unstable, as they only have like 2 screws in them. And it's because I'm going to go and take the screws out of them and then shore them up underneath with just some of this leftover wood that can maybe stabilize it better, so that it'll be almost like walking on a solid surface. So I want to do that, and I might get that done this week, but I need to get my garden planted. Doesn't this look pretty? That a few weeks ago was so bedraggled. I didn't think it was going to make, well, I knew it was going to make it because chard is hardy. These are Vulcan Chards, so they get big. They're not like those little bright lights. Maybe bright lights gets big too, I don't remember. These are walking onions, and they look real healthy right now too. All of our rains have just really helped our yard to perk up. So this is what I accomplished yesterday. I got my tomato row planted. So I have beefsteak tomatoes. I put the seeds where the seeds came from, how long they're expected to, how many days to mature if I knew that, and then just some information about them. That's a bush tomato there, Ace 55, and I got that from Botanical Interest. I'm really going to enjoy this garden this year just because I put my own little tags on there, so maybe I can remember things better. I have some ox hearts, Amish paste. These got huge and they really needed to get planted. So another ox heart. Oops, I lost. Oh, I know what this is. I did not lose that tag. It's in the house because it wasn't laminated. We laminated all these. This is an Amish paste, and one of the things I still need to do is I want to cut off all the leaves that are touching the ground. And I need to make sure that the water is run to them properly too. This is a Cherokee Purple, another Ace 55, a beefsteak. Now, I really didn't intend to keep any beefsteaks, but again, I ran out of room to take to the plant sale. This is a Paul Robeson, and I use these same plant tags for the plant sale, and it worked really nice. People liked it because they could read, like, I actually even put the seed start date on the tags that I took to the sale, so they knew when I started the seed, how long it would be, how many days to maturity, what the fruit kind of tastes like, that kind of stuff. There's another Paul Robeson. You can see I have alyssum just growing up wild. This is a Ruelia. It's a Mexican petunia, and it's something that I had kept over the winter, and it rooted in water, and you can see it's got leaves coming out of it. And I bought some of those at the plant sale too, so I've got a lot of those to plant. They're just sticks now, but they'll grow really fast. My goji berry bushes look really pretty. That's because of the amount of rain that we got. There's some more. And then I have all of these in the rocks that I'm going to try to pick up and put in my garden bed in different places. So my husband got this bed ready to go, except that we still need the watering system. But he did that so that I could get my jasmine moved. I'm going to put it in that corner obelisk and run it over to that obelisk. So the jasmine will go up over that arch there. And I think it'll like its home. He started getting the ground ready in this bed. And then one of the things that, there's some alyssum too, that's so pretty. One of the things that we did is we had a bunch of olive leaves from our olive tree back there. And, oh, here's my calendula that came up in the rocks as a volunteer. Aren't the flowers gorgeous? I think they're so pretty. Anyway, I wanted to use mulch this year for sure. So I put a blanket on my beds, which is what they tell you to do, that I've never really been faithful about doing before. So I did it up there. I'm going to do it on these two beds. I'm going to make my bed basically. And then I did these beds, and I'm going to start planting these peppers in here. Usually I have a written plan for where I'm going to put my plants, but I did not do that this year because I ran out of time. With the plant sale going on, that was kind of my focus, and as a result, I'm kind of planning as I go. I got these cucumbers. They're Chicago pickling cucumbers, and I got this bed covered in a blanket of olive leaves. I'm going to try to get a firecracker vine or something like that to go over the arch that my husband built for me for these obelisks. So I'm going to try to do that. I have some ideas, like where I have my jasmine now. I want to put coleus back in those pots, some big, but I don't even have coleus planted. So I've got to also start some seeds quickly, because I'm going to plant these peppers out this morning, and we're supposed to get up to almost 80 today, and it's going to get windy. I'm going to plant them, stake them, and then I'm going to put these hoops on there and shade them this afternoon, so that the harsh sun, even though they've been out and hardened, I just feel like the afternoon, they haven't been subjected to the afternoon sun as much yet. So I thought, the first few days I'm going to protect them. So this bed is going to probably look pretty ugly with the shade cloth on it, but I don't care. I want my plants to live. So I still have one Brussels sprout over there. I took all the rest of I harvested some purple sprouting Brussels sprouts that were in the beds up there, and then I turned the bed and got it ready to go for my tomatoes. This is kind of cool. Our Serrano came back. So even though it must like this spot, because we did get some frosted nights or whatever, but it survived them. This is one that we did have covered, but then I took the cover off probably earlier than I should have. So I was concerned that this plant wasn't going to make it, but it did. So Serrano's going to be in there. I'm going to have some ornamental peppers in this bed, because we want to be able to sit in our chairs there and view some pretties. So this bed's going to be more colorful here, but I will put some peppers in that back bed, and then the peppers that are going there. So, ooh, it's starting to get windy. I got to get going. I got this bed ready to go. I planted a tomato that it's a mystery. This was in with something else that it shouldn't have been, so I just planted it. My strawberries are looking pretty good in the tower. I got that bed ready to go, and then my husband got this bed ready to go, and this is going to be, I think I'm going to do sunflowers in the back, kind of, and then I'm going to do zinnias, just a whole lot of zinnias in here, and I still need to put the olive leaves in there, some mulch. So I saw that these were going to go to seed, so I left this onion alone for a while. So this bed's going to take a little while to get ready. I might plant a few things in it while I'm waiting for this. I think my moss roses back here reseeded, so I'm going to lift them up, put some fresh compost underneath them, and let those moss roses go crazy. So that'll be pretty. And I think that's about all I have to show. Like I say, yesterday I think I worked solidly all day, and I still don't have all the stuff done that I need to. This is that Mexican Petunia that I bought. I see it's green, and it'll probably come up fast. I'm wondering if this is basil. No, it doesn't smell like it. I don't know what that is. We're going to get rid of this container, but right now I kind of like being able to put some of my plant starts in it. This one I'm gonna move over and get rid of it. There's another Mexican Petunia. I think what I did with the daffodils is I watered them too much. The ones that I pulled, because I use these same pots for these Mexican Petunias, and I probably will pull that one up after it blooms if it does. I noticed that the bulbs were squishy and really wet, and anaerobic. So I thought they drained better than they did. So we got, oh, we don't have that trellis up yet, but we've got the Cape Honeysuckle getting nice and green. This one, my husband got the trellis ready to go on it. So then we can start, what we do is we basically train all the green shoots that come up to go up the trellis. So it's looking nice and green. I love it. I might put some of those butterfly irises in here, but I gotta weed this bed and do some other stuff in there. But they might be a good undergrowth for the, yeah, I might put those in here, because then I'd have green year-round in there too, and I like that idea. These grasses are coming in good, but again, these are deciduous. They go dormant. So I got lots of deadheading to do. My tulips have already expired, so I got to get those. I've got all my grape hyacinths to deadhead. Or muscari, is what it's called, maybe. I don't know that these grasses came back. If I see that it looks like they're not gonna make it, I'm gonna pull that. I might pull it anyway and put it in a pot and then stick some butterfly iris in here, because then I'd have greenery year round. I don't see where they have any green to them. Anyway, more weeding, more planting, lots to do. Busy time. Today is the 11th of April, and I harvested my beets. The ones I transplanted out of the tower earlier, they were just too thin. I didn't even bother. They weren't even this big. And that's kind of tiny. But I did get some good size ones. I got this one. That's a good size. This is a good size. And I do love roasted beets. So I got enough to make a generous pan of roasted beets. So that's gonna be my chore this afternoon. Put on some gloves and make some roasted beets. Yum.